Hey guys, this is Jay coming to you from 21st Century Reviews, bringing you another review for Star Trek, the official Starships collection by EAGLEMOSS, issue number 15, the USS EQUINOX. A Nova-class starship commissioned by the Federation and Starfleet, registration number NCC 72381. Last seen by the USS Voyager in the Delta Quadrant. It got a pretty graphic history in regards to the episodes on USS Voyager. I'm sorry, not USS Voyager, on Voyager, the TV series. I have to say I do enjoy this model. There is just some critiques I have for it and everything. I like the design. The design is actually a really, really nice design to it and everything. There's several details to it and everything that lack in other models. But I do have a few critiques for this one simply because of, I guess you could call it being a little bit nitpicky if you want, but to be fair, let's just get started. Like I said, it was last seen by USS Voyager after the captain, Rudolph Ransom, lowered his shields and basically went down with his ship at the end of, I believe the episode was the Equinox. It was called Equinox. The episodes were a two-parter. We saw basically a Starfleet captain make a lot of different decisions in regards to, I guess you could say, how a ship would have done had it not been so well equipped as Voyager was. And I think that was one of the compelling things about the episodes, just because it was like you got to see what would have happened to Voyager had they taken a different approach, and it's definitely not a good story. But without further ado, let's get to our main three categories we go on, plus our pros and cons list. Start with the pros. This model has excellent attention to detail. The phaser strips and everything are all in the right places. The escape pods all sit right where they're supposed to. They really make it a huge point of really good attention to details. I really don't have any complaints with that. The windows, phaser strips, like I said, escape pods, engine ducts. There's little sections to it that I'm not 100% familiar with. The good thing is the details do sit on it on the dorsal and ventral sections, so it's not like it's all confined to just one area. A lot of ships tend to do that, where they really pay a huge amount of attention to the dorsal section, and yet they seem to forget the ventral section needs those details as well. So, I mean, to be fair, I think there's some really good things to this. I like the fact that the decals are placed really prominently. You can clearly see the ship, the registration numbers. I'm not 100% sure if the registration numbers that are on the nacelles are 100% accurate to screen accuracy. They seem a little big, honestly, for how small this starship is. And maybe that's done intentionally. I'm not 100% sure. To be honest, though, that kind of concludes my goods list. It's not to say that the bads is more important, but to be fair, one of my complaints with this and everything is that the nacelles are really, really flimsy. If you look on the pylon right there, you can kind of see right there. All I did was have this sitting on a desk. And I had it sitting on the stand, and the stand, it got moved out of the way by something else, and the model just kind of slipped off of the display stand. It literally is about a 3-inch drop from the top of the stand to the desk surface, and when it hit the desk, like the nacelle pylon snagged on the display stand, and it snapped the nacelle off. Now, granted, I'm a good enough modeler to where I can actually do the repair work, and I can actually, make it look just like I would want it to. But that's not really the point to me. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, construction-wise, I mean, like the main body of this thing is actually really nice, really solid, really sturdy. But those nacelle pylons are so thin and so flimsy. That's kind of what I'm concerned about with the Enterprise J model that they've been showing a lot. Just because it's got some really thin components to it and everything, and I really hope they do something nice with it to kind of give it a little bit better appearance, in and of the sense that it needs to be durable. I mean, obviously we're not looking to crash them into anything, but they at least need to be able to, kind of, in the event that they, topple off their stand, to be able to withstand that kind of an impact. But that's about the gist of that. Which leads me to one of the other complaints for it. And you can't really see it as well. Let's see if I can kind of give us a better view. Let's see here. Alright. Now if you look right underneath where the nacelle Bussard collectors sit, the seams are extremely visible on this model. It's not really a complaint. It seems to be a theme with a lot of these ships. Unfortunately, the seams just they really distract me, because as a modeler, I always look for that kind of stuff. And I mean, any plane I've ever put together or Starship model, I was always really careful about making sure the seams don't show, because once you have seam work showing, it shows pretty much every blemish that you can think of at that point, which to me is unfortunate. Brings me to another point, because I brought up the Bussard collectors. Seriously, guys. You took the time to put clear blue plastic on the nacelles, just like you should, and then you painted the Bussard collectors on. Seriously? You painted them on. I mean, I'm not trying to nitpick, but really? I mean, why did you paint them on? I mean, we know that you have clear red plastic to go with all these other models that you do. They don't need to be painted. It's really unfortunate, and to me it really detracts from this model, because it's got really good details. It's really got a lot of great details to it and everything. But I gotta say, with flimsy nacelle placement, with Bussard collectors that literally are such a simple matter of doing everything, and the seams don't even finish up on it and everything, it's making the grade for this not be all that great. So I mean, like I said, look at the details. I mean, the details on this are phenomenal. Look at that. I mean, the details are just breathtaking. Really good. And then you flip it over, and you look at it a little bit more in depth, and you realize, wow, you guys you had to paint those on, huh? You really had to paint them on. I don't really think that was necessary. Especially when you have really nice clear plastic right there that's actually more intricate than the Bussard collectors would have been. I mean, even the shuttle bay in there is actually a carved out spot. Everything, it's nice and symmetrical, looks exactly like it's supposed to. They even put fins on the nacelles, which I thought was a really nice detail, just right from the show. Captain's yacht placement's good. I like the fact that there's like little warning strips by the phaser arrays and everything. I mean, it's nice details. It's actually, like I said, it's a really nice model. But there's some details that are basically, to me, they're kind of unforgivable, considering what I've said before about how much I actually pay for these things, just like every other collector. So, but without further ado, unfortunately, I'm actually going to grade this, because initially when I got it, I absolutely loved it, but now I'm actually going to grade it at a 2 out of 5. hopefully the next one will actually be a little bit better condition, be a little bit better quality. We'll kind of hope from there, keep our fingers crossed. So next time we'll be doing issue number 16. Please remember to leave your thoughts, comments, questions, and concerns. Still trying to build some subscriber base and everything. We are into the double digits now for subscribers. Really would like to hit some higher levels and everything. Remember to like us on Facebook, check out all the good media and everything. So we'll see you next time.